Well, good evening everyone and welcome to Thursday. That means it's the latest edition of Nathbet.com. Reduced programme this weekend, in fact, especially Leagues 1 and Leagues 2 decimated really, but we concentrate mainly, well actually wholeheartedly on the Premier League and the Championship this week as we get back to winning ways, hopefully after a disappointing game week 26, but 25 through to, well, 1 through 25 has been pretty great, hasn't it? So we were due a bad one. I did say it was a difficult week, game week 26 to predict, and so it proved, but like I said, let's get back to winning ways. It seems like an age with the FA Cup weekend as well that we've been back on air, but we're back and going to make you some profits. We're going to make some very nice profits. Stay tuned for the fourfold later on, guys. Huge price. I do like it very, very much. But first of all, let's go with the safe double as we start with normally. And we're going to go for Spurs. They travel to Norwich City this weekend on Sunday. Actually, I'm going to back Spurs to win this game. Spurs odds against 21 to 20. I think is a very nice price. Now Spurs do play Dnipro in the UEFA Cup or Europa League, whichever way you want to say it, on Thursday night. So basically, when this broadcast is going out, if you're watching it on Thursday night, you're probably watching Spurs as well. However, Tim Sherwood knows that he has to get Champions League football for him to remain manager on a long-term contract for Spurs. Don't be surprised, especially with Dnipro, whether they even play like a half-strength side, maybe a first team, second team. They've got such a massive squad that I do think that all eyes will be on this fixture. He will not be taking this fixture lightly against Norwich City. Now, Norwich have only won one game since December. That was a dour game against Hull City at home. And I just think that Spurs have gone to so many places this season, especially with Adebayor, the form he's in. I mean, you look at last time, was it 4-0 at Newcastle, and they beat Swansea comfortably as well, I think, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I just think 21 to 20 for Spurs to go to Norwich and win is an excellent price. We're going to take Spurs to beat Norwich. That's the first bet in the double. Double them up with Derby County. McLaren's been great, hasn't he? Okay, they had a little bit of an iffy January, the start of January, but since then they've got back to winning ways and pushing for those playoffs and maybe automatic promotion still is in reach. Back-to-back wins. Derby against Queen's Park Rangers and Sheffield Wednesday. Very good indeed, and they do entertain Bournemouth, who will definitely be no pushovers for certain, but they have beaten big teams this season, so I do like the chances, especially at Pride Park. So 4 to 5, I think, is a decent price. I really do like that. It's I was expecting 8 to 11, but 4 to 5 is definitely something that we should look at. And when you double them up, like I say, with Spurs, when you're getting a 2.7, 2.8 to 1 double, I think it's a very nice price. To be honest, Bet Victor, as always, is the best people to go with on this occasion. In fact, Bet Victor. And it's not the first time I've said this season, is the best price in the double, treble and fourfold. So make sure if you have not opened an account, make sure you do it through the Nathbet screen. Just click on the icon, you'll go straight through to the Bet Victor page, open an account, take advantage of their fantastic opening promotions, and then put your bets on, put your Nathbet picks on through that. Okay, on with the treble. And a team will be licking their wounds after a disappointing FA Cup exit, and that is Chelsea. Didn't play Champions League football. They play against Galatasaray next week. However, Jose Mourinho will know that all eyes will be on this fixture against Everton. Definitely a difficult fixture at home. However, if they are going to have any chance of winning the Premier League this season, even though he says that they're not going to, the players know otherwise. But I do think that the revenge will be on hand, and I think that especially with Lukaku not playing for Everton and not having a recognised striker up front, I don't think that they're going to score too many goals, especially against that back line with John Terry back. And when you put Villan and Oscar and Eden Hazard together, I just think that you're going to score at least 2 goals at home. So 2-0, 2-1, I think Chelsea will win this one, 8 to 13. Decent price, really. So we're going to take Chelsea to beat Everton in that one. Queen's Park Rangers is the second bet in the treble. Now they travel to Charlton. Difficult-ish game because Charlton have improved as of late. However, that could be the lone signing of the season to project QPR into that into those top 2. I think they're in 4th place at the moment. Actually, they've slipped away. But Ravel Morrison, okay, he's a bit of a hot head, and obviously, he's had problems with different establishments since he's been, a professional. However, if he is on his game, and Harry Redknapp, if there's anyone to get him on his game, Harry Redknapp's the person to get him motivated. He could be a sensational signing come the end of the season. So a Ravel Morrison-inspired Queen's Park Rangers to go to Charlton and win is what we're hoping for. 5-4 odds against for QPR to beat Charlton. We're going to take that price along with Chelsea. And the third team to finish off the treble, that's Manchester United against Crystal Palace. I mean, I could go on about Manchester United for half an hour, 45 minutes, but I won't. They have been horrendous this season. I don't think that David Moyes is the right man for the job, and also I think that some of the excuses are pretty pathetic, to be honest. With the type of players that they've still got at the club. Saying that, they should still go to Palace and win. Tony Pulis has done a great job there, but I think that the Manchester United should be too much for them. They did get a bit of pride back, didn't they, with that 0-0 draw against Arsenal last week, and I do expect them to go there and have the quality. Rooney, Van Persie, Mata aside, probably Januzaj will get a chance back in that team as well. I do think they'll win this game 8-13. About Manchester United to beat Crystal Palace gives us a 5-1 treble with Bet Victor again. So 2.7-1 double, 5-1 treble, and wait for this, guys, because this is a massive fourfold. First team I'm betting, away win, I'm going to go for the underdogs. I'm going to go for Hull City. They travel to Cardiff this weekend, and I'm going to back Hull City to beat Cardiff. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Cardiff, obviously brought in by owner Vincent Tan after, in really controversial circumstances, wasn't he, really? But I don't think he's done the job that many thought he would do, or have that massive impact that a certain new manager comes into. They've been okay, they've been steady away. I don't think he knows his best side yet. On the other side, Hull City had a disappointing loss against Southampton last time out at home, but with Jelavic and Long up front, the two are a very good partnership for a mid-bottom table team. Aside of Lamb spent 40 million quid plus on those two strikers, and I do think that a trip to Cardiff shouldn't cause them too many problems. And so a price of 2-1 for them to go there and win against a Cardiff side, like I say, we're still trying to find that identity. Is a juicy price. So we're going to take them. We're going to take Hull City to beat Cardiff is the first bet. Second one, Leicester City. Automatic. When Leicester City are at home, we say win, and we do on this occasion. Ipswich don't travel particularly well at the best of times. Yes, they did play in midweek against Nottingham Forest to draw. They had a man sent off as well. Konchesky was sent off, so they're going to be missing him. But I do think they've got the firepower. They have got the squad depth as well on this occasion for them to do well, to go up comfortably, and also to make a decent fight of it in the Premier League next season, I think. But we're concentrating on this game. Leicester City 4-6 is about Leicester. We're going to take them as the second bet in the fourfold. Third bet, Middlesbrough against Leeds United. Big Yorkshire derby, big game of the season, really, for Middlesbrough, who aren't scoring goals after an excellent run under Karanka. They've definitely come to a stuttering stop, really, even though the loan signing of Danny Graham hasn't scored yet. They've got a couple of problems there, but they have got more solid. And Leeds United, obviously, with Brian McDermott is in charge, hopefully this weekend. You never know with the ownership and the way it is at the moment. But, they've got Ross McCormack to lead the line, very good. I think this is going to be a score draw, to be honest. I think you're looking at a bang on a 1-1 for this game, so I'm going to back the draw. Like I say, lots of pride, lots of passion, and I don't think it'll be one for the faint-hearted, to be honest. But Middlesbrough against Leeds, I'm going to go for a score draw, but just a draw for you guys at home. That's 12-5. We're going to take Middlesbrough and Leeds to draw at 12-5. Finish that off with a team who have lost 3-0 and 4-0 in the last 2 weeks, so I'm going to back them to win this week. Why wouldn't I? And that's Newcastle United. Horrendous loss to Sunderland, horrendous loss to Tottenham, but I do think that the home visit of Aston Villa, the Aston Villa visiting Newcastle at home, I don't think that they're going to make it 3 losses in a row. There's so much pressure on Pardew, and sometimes his hands are tied, I think, from up above. But Lloyd Remy, who's back from his ban, is a massive, massive boost. If they put Ben Arfa back on that right-hand side as well, with Remy up front, Gouffran's back as well. They've got Anita back. They've got plenty of players who have been missing, haven't really been talked about in the last 2 or 3 weeks. They have, back to, obviously, you've still lost Cabaye, but you've got the spine of the side that have done so well at the start of the season. Aston Villa, and we thought Benteke was going to have lift-off after scoring those couple of goals, but it's gone a little bit sour, hasn't it, for Paul Lambert and his men. And this is going to be a difficult game, I think, and they're going to be after the best. I think, obviously, wounded warriors in Newcastle. And I do think that they will win on this occasion, and especially a home price 5-4 against for Newcastle to win. We're going to back them to do the business. So Hull City, Leicester, Borough, Leeds draw, and Newcastle are the teams in the fourfold for a massive 33-1 fourfold, guys. Get your teeth stuck into that one. Double, treble, and fourfold. Put your stakes on accordingly. Remember the long shot. Remember, Nathbet loves you all, regardless of how much you put on it. Even if you don't even put these tips on, we still love you here. But put them on, guys, if you want a bit of money, a bit of profit, and we'll see you next week, game week 28. Enjoy game week 27. Enjoy that league football that's back in business. Bye bye.